big numbers. 100 in the bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Yeah, wrist, man, check the wrist, man, got him hot. Hey, man, can't ball like this, man, Lord. Past the big skin when he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards, you just on your 5th grand. Run it up, 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 count it up. Hey, hundreds and 50s and 20s, no 5s and no singles, don't count on them. Hey, she want it like me, cause I like she can't count on him. She try to be nosy and hit up my ex, she like, girl, you can count on him.
Hey, we need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, like them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, one point to God. Big numbers, big numbers. 100 in the bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. 100 in the bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, blue hunts. Whole team counting, that's a big number.
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, oh, deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, 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 yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. Stay on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Eat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dogs, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerging victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, is glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on smash.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden Football on EA Sports. Coming up, we've got a good one on tap between the Dallas Cowboys and the Washington Redskins. With that, let's get on up to FedEx Field near Washington. Standing by for the call of this one, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, it's a pretty frigid December day in our nation's capital. We got our space heaters on full blast up in the booth at FedEx Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Dallas Cowboys and the Washington Redskins. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Redskin team as they interplay here. They come in off a loss last time out, but they've been playing better than 500 ball the last couple months. 5 wins in their last 8 games. Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Cowboys, the streak continues, doesn't it? They come in here a perfect 11-0. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So out comes the Redskins offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by a first-round pick in 2019 from Ohio State. It's Dwayne Haskins.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
First carry for Darius Geis. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down. And for this offense, yellow highlighter around Trent Williams.
As well there should be. A Pro Bowl, all-pro type of a left tackle. So mobile, you could also see him as a tight end. This guy is a terrific football player.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Haskins to throw on 2nd down. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. They've been pretty good against the pass. Not amazing, but good. Number 13 in the league.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Now the first carry for Bryce Love. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. After last week's loss, you bet this offense probably wanted to come out with a little more fire than a 3-and-out.
And I'm sure that people are saying, hey, come on, Coach, where was the pregame talk? Have these guys ready to go? But you and I both know it goes into preparation and practice and being ready to go. That gives you the confidence to come out and play. They've got to find that fast.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Off the edge, the sack by Matt Ioannidis. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Prescott on 3rd and 2. Able to find Walter. That's complete. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. It's a 1st down following a gain of 3.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me,
Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football. And the Redskins scoop it. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. And great effort. Does he get burned for that in film? He fought through some tackles. End result, though, a fumble.
It's going to be one of those situations where he'll get yelled at about the fumble, but at the same time get a check mark for the extra effort. And so it's one of those tough, tricky things for coaches. You don't want to coach it out of them so much that you take away the effort. You just want them to be conscious of taking care of the football.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
That throw good for 4. It's second down. And on this offensive unit, your thoughts on Travis Frederick?
He's a quarterback's best friend. Sets all the line calls and blocks so aggressively.
Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. To throw is Prescott. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Dak and the Cowboys ready for their next possession. And looking to erase his memory bank from his opening drive a moment ago that ended in a pick 6 for the first points of the ball game.
And in my experience, a lot of quarterbacks, after throwing a pick 6, the first thing they want to do is fire another one and get those points back immediately. But what really helps you get back in sync is a good, long, methodical drive, mixing the run and the pass, tamp things down a little bit.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now Prescott. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. They've been very good this year against the pass, currently holding on to a top 10 ranking at number 10.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window, because this is what you prepare for. This is what you practice for. This is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking on the #1 overall offense in the league.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Prescott now. Cooper's got it. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas 1st down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
A first down carry by Elliott. And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing. Prescott. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. Darqueze Dennard there defensively.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Prescott. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Better than a 30-yard gain as we wind down towards 30 seconds left in the quarter.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
They'll roll him out right. And this is caught. It's Cooper. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Now Elliott. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. One man in the backfield. That's Elliott on 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Prescott. That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper with touchdown number 12 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out now come the Redskins. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Byron Jones in there to make the tackle.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
On 2nd down, Love. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says, no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulder square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely. Picked his lane, went with it, and converted. On first down, this is Geis. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I can't help it. Every time I see Eric Berry make a play, as we just saw him make a tackle there, I just want to stand up and applaud.
Because he went to Tennessee like you?
Well, that doesn't hurt one bit, but how about the comeback? I mean, he came back from beating cancer and getting back to Pro Bowl level, one of the best players in the game.
No gain there, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
When a linebacker's able to sit at the 2nd level and see things develop in front of him, as soon as he got a hint that the quarterback was checking it down, he just made a beeline directly for the receiver and ended up making the play.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. 3rd down, here's Haskins. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Well, free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
Here's Tressway now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. This is taken at the 18. Touchdown, Cowboys! Well, he covered a lot of ground, 82 yards on the punt return. And the Cowboys have taken the lead.
When you've got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach, but it's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they mishit the ball and kick it right to him.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Well, it's no secret. That's why they have him return punts. He has the capability to take them back, and he did so there. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula?
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower postgame. Marr on for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And here come the Redskins now. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong.
Haskins hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Haskins. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
On the draw, this is Love. Oh, what a juke into space. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough, and it'll be 4th down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
This is taken at the 23. Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And out now come the Cowboys. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. That one complete to Elliott. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Cooper was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Matthew Ioannidis able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Prescott to throw it. On the crossing route, he hits his man, Amari Cooper. Touchdown, Cowboys! 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Now, he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. As this unit comes back. Out there, let's focus in on Darius Geis. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement. Down on the scoreboard, maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. 2nd down, Haskins. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Love. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Hooking up here with Trent Taylor. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Now Haskins on 1st down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll make it a 2nd down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Haskins. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Haskins going to throw again. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
On 1st down, it's Haskins. This one complete to Jordan Reed. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 yards that time and a Washington first. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things definitely getting interesting around the NFL as we begin the month of December. So let's get right to it. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. And it's the Giants who have the lead as they approach halftime. Jordan Matthews, a touchdown reception. From there, it's up to New Era Field in Orchard Park to check on the Bills. And right now, they have the lead over the visiting Dolphins. Ray McLeod, a touchdown reception. Lastly, we head to the Gulf Coast and check on the Bucs at home in Tampa. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. Jameis Winston with 3 touchdown passes. In the game you're watching, you've seen a strong first half out of Dak Prescott. His guys have a 3-touchdown lead as we're about ready to go into the second half. And to get you through it, we give it back to Brandon Gaud.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Getting set to go again. We get a look at Amari Cooper as he heads back out there now. Creeping up on 1,000. Could get there on this drive. So a challenge for him to do that, but also defensively maybe a challenge for them to not allow that.
And that means probably kicking even more coverages to his side. And what that really means is wherever he lines up, you will have a cornerback over in his area. Now instead of blitzing your linebacker, drop him into coverage. Instead of the safety dropping into regular coverage, that safety moves into that area to try and discourage the quarterback from going to him. That means everyone else, win your routes. You've got an opportunity to catch passes now, too.
A little bit of a cat-and-mouse game. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit.
And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Matt Ioannidis able to record his 5th sack of the season.
To me, the defense was looking a little gassed near the end of the first half, but they've come out of the locker room with a little extra spring in their step. Wonder what they did at halftime to get them so motivated.
I don't know, but that sack looked good. Now let's see if they can build on the momentum of that play. Out now comes the Cowboys punter, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. So now we look at the Redskins offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
From just shy of midfield, Haskins. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. 22 yards there, a first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Geis, they'll try to run it. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got just pin their ears back and get after him now.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. On 3rd and goal, Haskins. Haskins hit, and he lost the football. Well, call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
So on 4th down, Doug Marrone going to send out his field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is indeed good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And now here come the Cowboys. I tell you what, they got the lead here in the second half, and you can attribute part of that at least to some great returns on special teams, particularly in the punting game.
And when we add up yardage during a game, we often miss some of the key yardage, don't we? And that's what you get in the kick return game. In this case, punt returns. We often call it the area of hidden yardage. Changes field position, makes big plays, and that's why they're leading here today.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Now Prescott. And Charles, you'd have to think this is where you want to start taking some time off the clock.
Oh, definitely, because you got the lead, right? You take a good look up there and you say, okay, what do we need to do here? Well, you're not in full-out protect mode. You want to make sure you run it, throw it safe, take some time off, and eat it up.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. On second down, it's Pollard. He finds an opening past the 40. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're...
Oh, Prescott stripped, and the Redskins scoop it. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
They'll try to get this running game going with Geis. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. On second down, it's Love, and he gets it down to the 32. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 34-yard line. Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
On 2nd down now, it's Love. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now Haskins, 3rd and long. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
4th down. Here's Haskins. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Now, no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Haskins looking to throw on 1st down. Complete. Richardson has it. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a 1st down. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here? And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Jordan Reed, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Redskins are able to close the gap just a bit. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do.
Under pressure, they got him again. The big man, P.J. Hall, had the path to the QB there.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The run from Pollard. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
A first down throw for Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas first down.
He gets his first catch there, but all in all, when you're talking about the #1 receiver in the NFL coming into this game, and we're just talking about the first catch there, I think they're doing a nice job of bottling him up.
Now Prescott letting one fly deep for Cooper. All incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there, almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Prescott. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. The DN, Jonathan Allen, making sure his presence is felt.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've been excellent. 6 for 7. This will be 3rd and 19. And he's going to go down again. Matthew Ioannidis in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
51 yards on the punt there. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. So here's Haskins and the Redskins. Down by 11, 2:01 remaining. A crushing loss to their playoff chances on the horizon, barring a huge turnaround here. Starting with 1st and 10. A throw left side to start out. That's complete. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing again on 2nd down. Haskins throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Haskins now 14 out of 17, 82%, and it's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. And this one complete to Reed. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 17 yards that time and a Washington first. Now Haskins. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. To throw on 3rd down. Haskins, he finds Taylor, complete. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. Throwing now, Haskins on 1st down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Haskins back to the air. Throw complete there. Rodgers. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Now it's Haskins. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right. And if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Eight yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Prescott. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for the Cowboys, the streak continues as they push their mark to a perfect 12-0 now on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for the Redskins, this loss cost them in the playoff chase as they fall back to 7-5 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood, what you bleed. I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer.